hello, hello. Let me just play with this real quick. I know it'd be smart for me to pay attention to how many people are watching, but it actually makes me feel uncomfortable. So for some reason, I feel more comfortable just talking to myself and hoping that there's someone out there. So I have to mess with it. So, you might have noticed from the description today, we are working on our liver, which sounds like a really strange thing to focus on. It's kind of very specific. But it's also, so just to give you an idea, your liver is actually located, and again, your liver is located on the bottom right side of your rib cage, lower diaphragm area. So it would be on this side for you. That's my left. So here for me. Probably a little lower. And it's actually a really big organ. And in Chinese medicine, it is known as the seat of anger. So I don't know why that makes me giggle, it just does. But the interesting thing about yoga practice as a whole is that you can do the same exact practice over and over again with different intention, and with each of those different intentions, it will affect you in a different way. So for example, if I did the same 5-pose sequence focusing on my lungs, that would affect my practice differently than if I did that same exact 5-pose sequence focusing on my liver. So today our intention is to get into the liver. So go ahead and lay down, but this time, I know we hate change, but we're going to do something different. I want you to lay down on your back. So once you're laying down on your back, and I'm right here with you, I'd like you to place your right hand right on the area, that lower rib cage area, right at the base of the rib cage of where your liver is. Now keep in mind that you may or may not be able to feel your liver, right? Some people are like super sensitive and they're like, oh, there it is, I can just rip that thing right out. And some people don't have as much of that sensitivity, or there's just more to work with around it. It doesn't matter, it doesn't make you better or worse. Just know that you have a liver most likely. So your hand is on the area of the liver. Close your eyes. Let the left arm just rest. Go ahead and take your time to go into your breath again. You can feel the belly rise and fall. You can feel the body rest against the floor. Maybe you're holding some tension in your jaw and you need to soften by rolling your head from side to side. Go ahead and do that, and then just let the head rest again. We oftentimes only think of the liver when we think of people who are drinking too much, which may or may not be relevant at this time because so many of us are moving towards wine or substances to get through our quarantine. We oftentimes think of the liver only in situations where liver disease is in our family, or there's some kind of issue regarding livers. Or we think of livers as an interesting pet tag. But in reality, your liver is hugely functional in your whole body. It helps regulate your hormones. It helps move the digestive juices along. It helps to dissipate gas from your body. And when we are under extreme times of stress, like we are right now, we have a tendency to really bog down the liver. It has to work even harder to keep up with our fight or flight, our sympathetic nervous system response. Keep breathing. Just let the hand settle on that liver. See if it'll drop down a little deeper into your abdomen. If you can feel the hand dropping deeper into the organ. Now draw some breath into that space. So as you inhale, breathe into the space under your hand. As you exhale, soften the breath and let the hand dip a little deeper. If you don't have a lot of interest in anatomy, then you might think of the liver just floating around in space, but it's actually held by fascia, which is like a webbing. I won't get too anatomical here, but it also has tendons that keep it in connection to the stomach, so it doesn't just float into your leg. That's not real. So when we have tension in the body, we can often feel like the liver is tight, but we just don't realize it is. We don't realize that's the tension. We don't realize there's tightness around that space. One more breath. And then go ahead and bend both your knees. And we're going to windshield wiper the legs from side to side, much like we always do. But I'd like you to, again, keep that right hand on your liver area, right? You don't have to grip the liver here. As you move your knees to the left, see how much room can come into the right side, and just hold here for a moment. See if you can breathe into that space. See if you're finding that you're having more digestive sounds as you do this. And then move across center, and then move to the other side, and know that you aren't collapsing into the liver here. Think of it more as massaging into the liver. You're helping to create a little bit more attention to it. And then know that as you move to this right, you're actually moving, the organs are actually moving to the left a little bit to give you room. And then come back into center, go ahead back over to the left. I promise this isn't all we're going to do today. This is just the beginning. Got to get into the liver to know the liver. And back through center into the other side. So when we are congested in this area, we have a tendency to be full of rage. You know, anger, annoyance, frustration, overwhelm, just straight up powerhouses of upset. But then, for those of us who repress anger and upset feelings, so we're sitting there really trying not to explode on our kids after they're doing their math homework, or we're really trying not to yell at our parents for saying something that we don't agree with, or whatever our issue is, then we have a tendency to negate the function of the liver, and the liver actually starts to get, we start to get more bloated and more fatigued and more digestion issues. One more time, guys. I know, it's a lot of talking, a lot of talky, not a lot of movie. I get it. Come right back into center. Beautiful. All right, so then from here, go ahead and walk your feet towards each other about hip distance apart, and then just let your right hand rest on the ground and let your left arm rest on the ground. So this is just to keep our lower back soft. Now, notice how that right side feels. And if it doesn't feel any different, do not worry, that's not a big deal. Most likely you have more heat there because your hand was there that whole time. And just see if you can breathe into that side. Maybe the right side feels heavier. Maybe the right side feels softer, like there's a little bit more movement in there. And just take 1 or 2 more breaths. Okay, so the right leg's going to extend on the floor, and I promise we are going to get off this mat at some point. Exhale, bring your left knee in. You can grab under the thigh or in front of the shin. Nothing to be proven here today. There's no fanciful yoga stuff going on here. So if you want to just grab under the thigh, grab under the thigh. When you draw your left knee in towards your left ribs, you can allow a little bit more length through your right side. And then you can gently breathe into the belly, feel the belly expand, and then as the belly expands, you can move this left knee away. So your belly gets bigger so that and the knee moves away so you have more room. And then as you exhale, you're gonna pull the knee in towards your belly and pull the belly button towards the spine, okay? Inhale, knee moves away, expanding. Exhale, knee moves in, contracting the belly. Just giving yourself some time here to be in the body. So our class today is focusing on the liver. It's focusing on how we are in a state of a pandemic, and we are, whether we're appreciating it or not, in a state of stress and heightened arousal. That sounded way different than I meant it to, but a heightened sense of fear and need of security. One more time. And if you are on overload, even if it's just minuscule, that still puts too much stress or a little too much stress on the liver. You need to take time to de-stress, to declutter and decompress. Go ahead and place that left foot onto the floor. Let's carry that right knee in. So now we're coming into that right side body, nothing different, just the same action, just a little bit more focus. Left leg gets long, left side of the body lengthens out to the floor, hands underneath the right thigh. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Inhale, feel the expansion in the right side of your body as well as the left. Exhale, feel how that right thigh comes against the lower abdomen, against the thigh, maybe even into the ribs. Thinking of it more as a massage, less as I'm going to pull that knee into my chest no matter what you do. People who are more type A personalities, which is a little bit more pittic, you might be like the firebrands, the fiery people who have to get things done, have to constantly be moving. Practices like this make you want to kill me. So, if you have that type of tenacity in your body, if you have that type of fire, your liver usually has a little bit more to deal with as well. Because a lot of times they say that those people have higher stomachs, which puts even more pressure on the liver. Right? There's so much to learn about our personalities and our emotions and our bodies and how they're connected. Let's do one more. Exhale, I lost track. And then inhale, beautiful. Place both feet onto the floor, give it a moment. Maybe windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Let's go one last row here on our back. So exhale, pull both knees into your chest. Hands can come behind your knees if you'd like, or thighs I should say. Inhale, arms move away, knees move away. Exhale, belly button towards the spine, pressure against the digestive system with our thighs. Inhale, move away. Exhale. So your question might be, do I have liver stuff going on? Is my liver feeling a little overtaxed? Well, if you've been exploding lately on little things, I would say yes, maybe a little bit. But if you have gas issues, belching, bloating, just digestion as a whole, if your skin is breaking out, if you have bad breath, if you have hormonal issues, sometimes even thyroid issues can be linked to this, then it's good to check in with your liver. Maybe do a little bit of decompression, a little de-stressing for the liver. Or, as the name of this class is, love your liver. One more. This time as you exhale, I'd like you to pull in and then just bring your head gently up to your knees. Inhale, lower the knees away, lower the head. Exhale, tiny little ball movement. Inhale, draw it down. Exhale, tiny little ball movement. Inhale, draw it down. Last two, okay? Exhale, tiny little ball movement. Inhale, draw it down. Last one. Exhale, tiny little ball. And then inhale and place your feet onto the floor and lower your head. Roll on over to your side. It might be your right or your left. And then come all the way up into a seated position. So you're going to face me here, face your nemesis. Place your hands onto your thighs. Sit on a blanket if you want to give yourself a little height. We're still getting up, I promise. And then from here, we're going to make some circles, right? So we're going to imagine stirring the pot a little bit. So you're going to draw your chest to whatever direction this is. It might be your right. And then draw across, roll back, and then contract. So as you inhale, the body comes forward and across. And then as you exhale, there's a squeeze and you'll pull back. and then inhale and draw across. So you're moving towards your right, so you're squeezing the left side, and then inhaling as you move to the right, right? So squeezing the contraction here, it's moving across the belly into the side, and then inhaling and releasing across the front. One more. Excellent. And then once you come into that squeeze to this left side again, go ahead and rotate the other direction. So inhale, release the belly towards that left knee, come across center. Exhale, squeeze into that right. And we already know what's happening in that right, right? Right. Squeeze into that right side. Inhale and release. Squeeze into that right side. Think of yourself as massaging the liver. Sounds terrible, but think about it as you're just trying to bring attention, bring awareness, notice, and become aware of that liver space. One more. Help it digest. Help it move toxins through your body so that they can be eliminated. Support the liver. Love the liver. One more. Beautiful. All right, and then come all the way up into seated. Let's go ahead and come into hands and knees. So you're going to move your blanket out of the way. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Knees are going to come underneath of your hips. And we're going to move through cat-cow. So as you inhale, let your belly expand, let your chest lift and your hips lift. And then as you exhale, round your spine. So it's very similar to what we were doing seated, right? We're inhaling, letting expression of the front body, expansion in the front body, and then exhaling and rounding. We're going to do this a couple more times, just kind of moving through both sides. And then notice if you have some tightness in that right side, maybe the right side doesn't release as easily. Maybe the left side doesn't. We've been doing a lot with the right, so it might be okay right now. All right, so this next exhalation, so we're inhaling belly down. This next exhalation, we're going to roll to the left, and we're going to move our left hip and our left rib together. And then we're going to inhale and come to center, and then we're going to move and exhale our right hip and our right rib together. And then inhale back to center. So obviously we'll do that a couple times. Exhale, squeeze into that left side. Inhale, come back to center, release the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze into that right side. Inhale, relax into center. A couple more. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. One more. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Last time on the right. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, back into center. Let's do it in the center a couple times. Nice. We're going to make our way up to standing shortly, so bring your spine to a neutral position. Walk your hands forward in front of you. We're coming into down dog. We're going to tuck our toes and just lift up and back, lifting the heels, bringing the hips to the sky, bringing the chest closer to the thighs. And then we're going to just walk out that dog a little bit. So bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel to the floor, and then switch. Now when we do this, let's see if we can add a little bit more contraction here. So the next time you bend your right knee, let's really bring that right shoulder back and really bring everything into the right. And then inhale, both heels up into center. Exhale, lower your right heel as you bend your left knee, really squeeze that left side body. Inhale, both heels up to center. Exhale, squeeze into the right. Inhale, both heels up. Exhale, squeeze into the left. Inhale, both heels up. Exhale, both heels towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Ideally, we're not stressing out about where our heels are right now. We might even bend our knees a little bit so we can get more space behind the backside and into that liver space. One more breath. And then we're going to walk our feet forward all the way to the hands. Get there whatever way you can, okay? Press through the feet, rise all the way up, reach your arms overhead. Wiggle your butt, reach your arms to the sky. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Pull gently to the right. So we're still focused, right? We're still keeping our intent here. Even though the rest of the body's going to be happy with whatever we're doing, keep your intent strong. Inhale, come back to center. And grab your right wrist, pull gently to the left. Finding that expansion, that stretching, space, so much space for the liver to do its work. Inhale back into center, and then as you exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down. You can use blocks here. You can bend your knees really deep and just let your head hang. We're looking for that connection here to bring our attention into the digestive system. Shake out your head. Soften your jaw. Good. And then from here, inhale, hands to shins. Lengthen, take the top of your head forward, shift the weight forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's take that right leg back and just find a nice strong lunge. Left foot is in between your hands. I'm losing space on my mat, so let me just readjust. So once you're here, lower that right knee down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Grab hold of a block, please. If you're not using a block, it's okay. Come onto that right knee, left foot. Take that block into the left hand. Place it to the floor next to your left hip. Stretch that right arm up to the sky. Lean to the left. You know what I'm gonna say, right? You know, I'm gonna be all about this right part. I'm gonna say, hey, focus there, breathe there. See if you could stretch further from there by taking your breath deeper into that space. And then go ahead and come out. Place your block forward. Take your hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Contract the core. Pull your belly button to your spine. Carry that right foot in. Inhale. Keep that body strong as you lift out of the floor. Exhale. Forward fold. Take it all the way back down. Inhale. Step back. Left leg. Left knee to the floor. Block in the right hand this time. Coming all the way out. Something under the knee if you need to. Right arm comes to the sky. Right block comes to the floor next to your right hip. And then even here, instead of just collapsing into your right side, pull up and in, lift through the center of your chest, lean to the right, breathe deeply, even expand that left side here. But just find where the liver goes. Is it crunching together inside of you? Most likely not. Our human bodies aren't made to just compact our organs like that. It probably moved a little bit, right? It's probably like, oh, I need to get out of the way. This person's crazy, trying to collapse. But you can still breathe into it. It still has all that power there. Inhale, come all the way up. Place the blocks down in front of you. This time we're going to go into a down dog. So if you want to use your blocks, you can. Tuck your toes. Step back. Down dog. Stretch it out. Breathe. One more breath, really lifting through the top of the hip bones. And then we're going to carry this left foot forward in between our hands. Awesome. Spin your right heel to the mat. Come all the way up into warrior two. So your left knee's going to stay over your ankle, your arms are out to the side, and the side body is long here. So we have space from the armpit to the hip on both sides. On your next exhalation, you're going to cross the left arm in front of the navel and reach the right arm by your right ear as you lean to the left. And then as you inhale, we're going to reverse. The right arm's going to come in front of the navel and the left arm's going to come by the ear. Okay? Exhale, squeeze the belly button towards the spine and reach the arms away. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Breathe into the side body. Exhale, squeeze, space. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Here we go. Keep the knee bent. Move through. Have you been experiencing a lot of fatigue lately? That could be a liver thing. Have you tried to hit your husband or spouse with a car? That could be a liver thing. Don't do that. One more. Beautiful. Nice. Take it back through center, warrior two. Finding that left elbow and placing it onto the left thigh. Yes, the knee is still bent. Right arm by the right hip and then down, up, and by the ear. Extended angle. Breathing. Breathing deep here. Nourishing that liver so that it can help you navigate your anger, your disappointment, your frustrations, and the stress of being home. Come back into warrior two. Straighten that left leg, turn both feet to face forward. Hands come to the hip bones. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward fold. Wherever you forward fold is fine. Use blocks if you need to. Remember that props are a delight. Let your tailbone lift up and away. Walk your hands forward, come into a wide leg down dog. Press the hips back. Shake out your head, soften your neck and your jaw. Walk your left hand closer to your right, so it's going to be more centered of the body. Reach this right hand underneath your left and start to carry that right hand across and maybe grab your ankle or the floor or something. This is the beginning of our twisting aspects. So if you're focusing on an organ that has to do with detoxification, twisting is an important aspect. And then nice and slow, let's come out. Beautiful, sit back, big stretch. Right hand closer to the left, left arm comes underneath, and we reach to the right. Coming out again. Let's walk all the way over to the right foot. Now once we get to that right foot, turn your right foot out, bend your right knee, and come into warrior two. Right knee over your ankle, thigh is nice and level with the floor as best as it can be. Your exhale brings your right arm in front of your abdomen, left arm by your ear, looks like this. And your inhale carries it to the opposite direction, left arm in front of the abdomen, right arm back. So the exhale, stretching through both arms. Inhale, reaching through both arms. We're utilizing the strength of the core and the obliques specifically to make this happen, right? So the more you stretch through your arms, the better. The more you reach, the better. Finding that nice, slow, but consistent movement. Nice. Come back through warrior two. Bend that right knee. And then exhale, take that right elbow to your right thigh. Sweep the left arm by your left ear. And stretch. Open up that side waist. Right hip away from the right armpit. Soften your toes. Keep breathing. One more. Here we go, warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn both feet to face forward again. Hands come to the hip bones, and we're shifting our weight back as we come into that forward fold again. Letting the whole body float towards the floor. Shifting the weight into the buttocks, or excuse me, into the feet, but letting the buttocks lift. Let's go ahead and place the hands underneath of the shoulders. And take that left hand directly underneath of our chest. and place that right arm up into the sky, and we're going to twist the body to the right without rolling the left shoulder into the ear. Shift the weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Rotate. Stress affects our liver, so we have to do things to help protect and reinforce our liver here. Exhale, take it all the way down. And although yoga is wonderful for stress, go ahead and lift that left arm up. We also need to keep in mind that hydration is important. Eating good food is important. Being aware of our anger, especially if we're repressing it, or being aware of our rage when it comes out. Exhale, lower that left arm. Inhale, walk it out back into that wide leg down dog, big stretch. Slide the hands back underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and let the belly draw down. Lift your chest, lift your hips. Exhale, round your spine, contract your core. Inhale, lower the belly, lift your chest, lift your hips. Exhale, round your spine. 2 more. Inhale, breathe deep, big, strong breath. Navigating the body. Exhale, round your spine. And last one. Inhale, big, deep, strong breath. Exhale, round your spine. Beautiful. Bring the spine to neutral. Come all the way over to the left. You'll be towards the front of your mat again. Maybe that's where your blocks are. Spin that left foot out. Come into a high lunge. Reach your arms to the sky. As you exhale, and you can do this with the right knee on the floor for those of you who want to modify, you're going to reach your right arm forward and turn your left arm back. Inhale, you're going to come right back into center. Exhale, ooh, balance. Spin, spin, spin. Inhale, back into center. 3 more. Exhale, push back through your right heel. Inhale, back to center. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Last one. Exhale. Right hand comes to the block or floor. Left arm stays in the sky. You are twisted. Beautiful. Look down at your left foot. Take your left hand to the floor block on the inside of your left foot. Right hand next to your left. Then move things out of the way. And then walk your left foot out so the pinky toe lines up with the outer edge of the mat, so you're able to keep both your hands under your shoulders. Right knee comes to the ground, untuck your toes. Hug your left knee in towards you for a moment and shift your right buttock forward. Breathe deep into that right side. Breathe deep into the belly. One more breath here. Letting those hips soften. And then from here, let's go into a dragon posture. So you're going to move your left knee off to the side. So you can see the bottom of your left foot's going to come wherever it goes. Let me see if I can scooch back. So the left foot kind of comes open wherever it goes. And then from this position, we're going to draw the hips down a little deeper and just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, tuck your back toes, pull your left knee in. Go ahead and press through your hands, tuck and lift the back knee, and step back into down dog. I believe somebody asked me not to do any planks today, so this is your opportunity of no planks. All right, so your right foot's going to make its way between your hands. And we're either going to drop that left knee onto the floor, or we're going to keep it lifted, but we're going to bring our body upright. And let's go ahead and do our movements. So inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Reach away from the center line of your body. Inhale, come right back into center. Exhale, stretch, strengthen, lengthen. So many words. Inhale. 3 more. Exhale, right knee forward, left heel back. As you reach through your fingertips, you're twisting into that navel region. You're twisting into that right side. 1 more. Twist. And then take that left hand to the floor. Place that right arm straight up into the sky. Push back through your left heel. Pull this right knee in towards you a bit. And then from this position, go ahead and take your right hand down to the inside of your right foot. Lower your left knee to the floor. Walk your right foot out. Hands underneath of your shoulders. Hips are well behind you. Hug the right knee in a little closer to your arm. Maybe a little bit of pressure through that left buttock to pull your hips down a bit more. The chest is lifting. We still have space. One more breath here. And then let's go ahead and open that right knee out to the side. Remember, we're different on each side. Let the hips draw down a little deeper. Got to work a little bit of hip openers every class, especially now since so many of us are either gardening or sitting and watching Netflix for hours at end. We're sitting at tables doing homework with our children, realizing now how important teachers are. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Pull that right knee in. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And then from here, let's go ahead and step back to our down dog. So press into your hands. Draw back. Down dog. We're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Press through the feet, bend your knees, come all the way up. You're towards the back of your mat. That's just so you can step forward maybe 1 or 2 steps. Okay. So again, moving within that opening and closing, that attentiveness to our sides. So from here, we'll step the right foot back so that we're on our toes. And we're looking for balance here, a little bit of support. Hips are level. Shoulders are over top of our hips. And we're going to bring the arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands together in front of the heart and pull this right knee in. And then as we inhale, we're going to reach back up and maybe keep the toes off the ground this time. Exhale, pull it in. Big deep stretch. Inhale, open it up, right? All of this is open, one long line. Exhale, hands come in. We're not collapsing, we're just lifting. We're lifting around the liver, but we're not pulling the liver. Exhale, protecting. Inhale, emitting all that we need to lift out of that space. And then exhale, protecting that space. Can we do 2 more? Inhale, opening the space. Exhale, protecting the space. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, protect. Hold your hands here. Inhale, kick the right leg forward. Exhale, pull the knee in. Inhale, if this pose makes you angry, breathe deep into your liver. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Place both feet on the floor. What's going on with the right side and the left side? Exhale, take a break. Step the left foot back. Reach the arms up. So here we go. 5 on this side. Exhale, pull it in. Protection. Inhale, emanating all of that we need to get rid of through that part of our body. Exhale. Think of how much strength is coming into this body. Inhale. Try not to move your left hip back. Try to keep the hips level. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more, please. Exhale. Inhale. Always look at stuff that's not moving. Last one. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. This one you're going to hold in. Exhale. Sorry, somebody's walking in front of my window, so my my non-moving things moving. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend, don't lift that left hip too high. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. 1 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach up to the sky, lower the foot. Exhale, forward fold. Shake out your head, shift the weight towards the balls of the feet. Breathe deep. Walk your hands forward. Walk your feet back. You are in a plank, but you're only here for a moment because you're going to lower your knees, bend your elbows back, and lay on your belly. One hand on top of the other, forehead resting on the hands. See if you can feel the body, feel the breath. One more breath here. Go ahead and bend both your knees. Take your knees about mat distance apart and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Just because we didn't do it at the beginning doesn't mean that we don't do it. I'm a creature of habit. We can't help it. One more time. I don't feel like my yoga practice is complete unless I do the following movements. Come back into center. Lower your legs. Press your hands into the floor. And draw yourself back into child's pose. You know the drill. Just let it go. Remember that we thought a lot about the liver and where it is in the body. And when we think about where the liver is, we usually think about it in the front of the body. So bring your attention to the back of the body. The base of your ribs on the right side, bottom of the diaphragm area. And know that that happy little liver is right there too. Just kind of hanging out, being pressed towards the back body a bit more because we're in this position. But there it is, wherever it is, there it is, somewhere around there. Beautiful. Let's go into hands and knees. We're going to reach this left arm up to the sky. We're going to sweep it underneath of us and come into an upper back twist. Letting the left cheek rest on the floor. Pressing that right hand into the ground. And then pressing through that right hand. Come into hands and knees. The right arm's going to come up, and then we're going to exhale and come underneath of our body. Let the right cheek rest on the floor. And then we'll press through that left hand, come back up into hands and knees. We're going to sit back onto our heels here, stretching out the fronts of our feet. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can sit on blocks, right? 1, 2, 5, 20. You can also place a blanket underneath of your ankles, the front of your ankles. You can roll it up. That wasn't a very good example. You can also move your flesh out of the way and sit down onto the floor with your butt on the floor between your ankles if that's comfortable for you. And if none of that works and you're just like, nope, not happening for me, that's not my gig, then sit cross-legged because you really don't have to do any of these. So once you're sitting here, reminding yourself that there should be no pain in your knees. No pain, no gain does not work in this genre of classes. We don't want pain. We gain nothing from pain in this situation. We're only short of just becoming aware. So we're here sitting back onto our heels, and we're going to take the right hand and we're going to place it on the left knee. So I'm going to face you and hopefully mirror you in case I forget. So right hand, left knee. Woof, I already forgot. And then I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to bring it behind me, or you're going to bring it behind you. And you can place your hand right onto your lower back, or you can slide it around your rib or your hip. You can even grab your thigh if you're in that kind of space today. If you're not, then don't feel upset, okay? And then, or you can place your hand on the block behind you. And we're going to twist, lifting the center of the chest. Because twisting is really good for our digestive system. And then let's come out. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing, only using the left hand to the right knee. So left hand to the outside of the right knee. The right arm's going to come behind you. You can grip the side waist. You can grip the thigh if that's happening for you today. You can place your hand just on your lower back. Hi, Diesel. And you can turn and breathe. It's windy out there today. And then let's go out, nice and slow. Bring your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out, take a big deep stretch here, moving the pinky fingers back. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to contract, round, and push your arms away. And then as you inhale, lift right back up. This time, let's go to the right. Exhale, squeeze right rib, right hip, and push away. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, squeeze left rib, left hip. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, last time, squeeze to the center. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms down by your sides. Shift off your buttocks for those of you who are on your buttocks. Shift off your feet for those of you who are on your feet. Sit in a comfortable position for you. So that might be crisscross applesauce or sukhasana, or however you like to sit. Or for some people, it's not comfortable to have your knees bent anymore, and you're just going to get your legs nice and long. And maybe, just maybe, you sit on a blanket because it helps with getting the hips where they need to be. So you could be here, wherever you want to go. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall. All right, let the top of the head rise and the tailbone come down. And then I'd like you to notice while you're sitting, if you feel like your right side of your body is drawing down lower into the ground than the left. If not, don't worry about it. If so, don't worry about it. But for those of you who are experiencing this right side heaviness, because you did so much focus on the right side on the liver, this heavy liver, you know, we're focusing on it, we're going to have to breathe into this left side to even it out. And if you're not feeling that experience at all, if that's not your experience, that's okay. Just breathe deep into both sides of your body, okay? So for those of you who are feeling like this, like you need a V8, that might not make sense to people who are of a certain age. But if you're feeling like you're kind of off center here, we need to fix that by breathing into the left. And if you're not feeling like that at all, then kudos for you as well, but breathe into both sides. So go ahead and place your hands onto your legs. We are not avoiding or ignoring our right side here, but we are trying to level out into the left. So take a big deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale and just soften that left buttock towards the floor. Inhaling through the nose. And soften, using your breath, that left buttock to the floor. Inhaling through your nose. Attentively breathing through that left side of your body and releasing the left body to the floor. Maybe one more. Don't grip on the right. Excellent. Perfect. And then if you need a little bit more time in that, please go ahead and do so. We did a lot of work focusing on the right. That's probably why it shouldn't be too uneven at this point though. But don't worry. Let's go a little deeper. So once you're ready, you're going to lay down on your back again. All right. So now we get to see how we feel on the left side of the body in this position, right? And on the right. So maybe it feels like the slope of the right's coming down to the floor more. Maybe it's higher or lower energy here. Or maybe it's relaxed more. So now we just have to bring that attention to the left. So just again, breathing into that left side. If you're fine on both sides, don't worry about that. I want you to focus on the breath center of the navel. But if you're feeling uneven on the left, breathe into that left side for a moment. Don't worry, we're not done. Don't leave me yet. This isn't Shavasana. We have not entered into corpse. We're just breathing. All right. We're going to come into a twist. So go ahead and extend that right leg. Pull your left knee into your chest. Place your right hand to the outside of your left knee and carry that knee across your body, possibly letting the knee rest onto a blanket or onto the floor or onto a block, shifting that right buttock underneath of you or that right hip bone underneath of you a little more and moving that left arm away. And then from here, go ahead and take your left hand and place it onto your left ribs. So your fingers can kind of line up with the rib cage. You can place a block under your elbow if that feels more comfortable here, or a blanket. And then as you inhale, breathe into this left side. Feel the ribs expand under your hand. And then as you exhale, see if you can feel the twist coming deeper into the navel, deeper into the ribs, deeper into the body. So as you inhale, you're expressing and opening, just like we have all class. And then as you exhale, you're softening and letting go. And coming into a deeper twist. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. And then we're just going to inhale and slide back into center. Go ahead and lower those legs. And find that right side. Let's go ahead and make it even on both. So right knee comes in, come across. I like to place something under my knee. It's just the way my anatomy works. It just needs a little extra support. Left hip underneath. Right, so you saw me scooch earlier. Just scooched my butt back so that I could shift a little deeper. Now I'm going to place my right hand onto my right ribs. Dealing with an overwhelming amount of stress, like most of us are, but maybe you're feeling like there's no coming out of it. Remember that there's very few things you can control outside of yourself. You can control what you do, how you respond, how you take control of yourself in the situation, or how how you react to the lack of control. Feeling those lungs expand. The exhale twists the body even more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that arm. And then we're going to bring the knees into center. I'm going to have you do a little bit of a back bend, just one. Just to reset the lower back. So as you inhale, we're going to lift up. Find that big stretch. Move the knees away. You can put a block underneath of your lower back if you really like that. You can let the arms rest. You can grab the bottoms of your mat. You can go into a deeper variation of this back bend if you want. Finding that fire deep inside, burning out all the impurities. And exhaling, drawing down slow. Feet wide, windshield wiper last time here. And then go ahead and extend your legs. And then one more time, let's go ahead and just place our hands onto our belly. Knowing that all of these organs work together to keep us going. So we've been given the gift of this really amazing machine called the human body. And that we have to work together with our organs, with our lifestyle, to assist in living in the best body we can. Go ahead and let the arms rest down by your sides. Please stay down for the next couple minutes. We'll be coming up. While you're laying here, while you're breathing, while you're allowing your systems to function in the most optimal levels, in the most optimal way, while you're giving yourself time and space to be here and healthy and strong. Go ahead and one last time, take your attention into the liver. Feel how it can be warm when it works like it does. How there is fire to keep it moving, to keep it doing what it has to do. Help it cleanse you, detoxify, and move things through your system that you don't need, not just on a physical basis, but on an emotional and experiential basis as well. Take a couple more breaths here, allowing the rest of the body to come online. Feeling the toes as they wiggle and the fingers as they wiggle. Feeling the body carefully. Go ahead and start to bring your knees to your chest. Take your time as you roll over on your right side, pressing your left hand into the floor. And then come all the way up into seated. Give yourself time to breathe. Slow, deep inhales and exhales. And bringing the hands together, bowing your head towards your fingertips. Thank you so much for coming and doing yoga with me this morning. Eat well, live well, do well. Namaste, or may the light within me, or the light within me sees the light within you. Thank you.